as the second debaters with the motion should we ban all the production and consumption of meat, and I'm in the opposition side. I have to say no. No one will so could urge you in favor of factory farms, but I don't think it is helpful to put up the worst example from the large and private industry with the implication this is the norm. Banning the eating of meat is the blunt instrument, and many of the objectives you list can be reached without resorting of it. In much of the example of United Kingdom, agricultural land is unsuitable for growing crops. 19% of farm land in Scotland. For the example, in Scotland, a ban on the keeping of livestock would immediately render her country totally reliant on food imports. In many rural areas, farming is also a long-standing element of the local community. Sweeping in the wheat bans would be a terrible blow culturally, economically, and emotionally. Shifting from an omnivorous diet to a vegetarian one, suddenly and on a massive scale, would also create enormous pressure further down to the supply chain. Think of the ballooning of the avocado industry, which has seen plantation style farms spring up on the deforested lands in countries, for the example, like Mexico. And then these are all good points, and I suspect we share some common ground. Briefly, intensive farming of animal makes me. For the example, I think most people deeply uncomfortable, the common people. If we are to keep animal for their meat, right, it is important to treat them with dignity, right? And then I know a number of people who would call proverb, but you might call homesteader, who keep animal privately, as you described. Husbanding animal is skilled, hard work, and takes years for people to learn. Those who don't know what they are doing can treat animal badly due to their lack of knowledge. So important is this done well. This is why lately more than one of these friends has begun to sell their meat, because now they are experienced and have the specialist facility. Doesn't it make sense for them to raise animal for other people, to those who don't have the knowledge or access to land? If we implemented your ban on meat sale, we would find ourselves in strange circumstances. Urban population would be confined to restricted diet, while their country cousin eat roast beef whenever they place it. Given the demographic of the average, for the example, demographic of the average United Kingdom, farmer or crofter, there are obvious class and race issues here. And then on the border, ethical issues of eating meat at all. Hear me out. I wrestle with myself over my hunger for meat is sort of moral anxiety. For the and satisfied. Yes, it is possible to live a vegetarian, even vegan lifestyle. But it makes me unity, this distancing from our animal nature. I feel at my core that I am omnivore. A crave meat, and during the past periods of vegetarianism, I have lapsed, suffered from anemia, and felt dissatisfied. One can take iron supplement, plant milk for complete proteins, and so on, but it feels like complicated response to a complicated problem. And I don't judge dogs for eating meat, or nor bull, nor bears, nor rat, and I can judge human eaters. And then I agree, a ban would have unintended consequences, likely negative. I'm intrigued by your lab-grown meat plan, so I'm not sure I'm ready to embrace this high-tech alternative quite yet. There are some things likely unity, even dystopian about this idea. I have had hammered into me that we should avoid processed foods to greatest extent we can, and I would find it difficult to accept something produced entirely in a lab as healthy, attractive option, and this idea of it makes me rather wishy. But then so did a liver, and I learned to love that, and I'm produce of my time, and then I guess. And I don't believe that it's wrong for us to eat meat. nor for farmers to produce meat commercially with the proviso that we need strong oversight of animal welfare, but producing animal flesh on an enormous scale for as little money as possible, only to liquefy it and fry it in batter. Perhaps there is something dystopian in that too. Thank you very much. See you.